I'm sure that our listeners by now are fully aware of the horrific flash floods that hit Kerr County, Texas last weekend, which, as of this recording, has resulted in 120 confirmed deaths and over 160 people are still missing. As expected, federal and state administration response has ranged from abysmal to the downright offensive, from Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, who said,
"In a moment like this, we feel just as helpless as everyone else does. All we know to do at this moment is pray."
As if the government is not responsible for disaster preparedness and relief. Texas Governor Greg Abbott, meanwhile, likened the disaster to a football game.
That's the word choice of losers. Every football team makes mistakes. The losing teams are the ones that try to point out who's to blame.
Meanwhile, the people that are doing the work to understand and communicate about weather disasters have some thoughts. Tom Fahey, who's the legislative director for the National Weather Service Employees Organization, offered the following. The real blame is the Trump administration's budget cuts to the National Weather Service and FEMA that cut off coordination planning with local emergency management officials. Nearby, San Antonio and Austin weather services both report being understaffed. Kerr County itself had been warned about the potential of a flood of this magnitude, which was, quote, highly likely in the next year. They'd been seeking funds for about $1 million for an emergency flood alarm system, which never materialized. Meteorologists agree, though, that pinpointing hyper-local extreme rain like this, it's really challenging. But we've seen cuts to budgets that help research and staff analysis of weather events, as well as the federal agencies that help determine funding for this type of emergency service. This is the complete opposite of what we should be doing in an era of accelerating climate change disaster. It's hard to believe that I need to say this, but all people deserve access to basic emergency services that we can definitely afford to provide. And while we may not have a smoking gun that points directly to the cuts from DOGE and Trump's new budget as the cause of so much unnecessary loss of life in this particular disaster, it is a harbinger of what we can expect as climate denial is supercharged by long-term funding cuts. Small towns and rural communities who lack resources or enough political power to advocate for themselves stand to lose the most, creating de facto sacrifice zones where people are already being left behind.